This is Benzinga Live. Spencer Israel and producer AB. What's up, everybody? How we doing?
Someone told me buy high, sell higher. So.
Let's get Meta Hammond on the show to talk some IPOs. Jake Wojasek from Trend Spider. We have a
breaking news. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ruell Report. Happy Monday. If you're new to us on the Ruell Report, this is our weekly show on Mondays with the namesake of our show, Ruell. Ruell, how you doing today?
I am good. It's getting a little chilly here, man. I'm so mad at myself because I'm punked out. I'm from Michigan, but it's like 65 down here, and I'm all chilly, like it's like snowing. It's sad, bro. It's sad.
Yeah,
but
I hear you.
That, I'm good.
I hear you, man. It's starting to get a little chilly up here too, in Detroit. So what's been on your radar recently in terms of what cryptos you've been watching? What's been on the top of your mind?
Well, the Gentlemen of Crypto, shout out to the Gentlemen of Crypto. They just celebrated their 1,000th episode, longest running show in crypto. I also have a show on their channel. One gentleman, Reggie Middleton, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him, but he wrote all of like patents to DeFi, and he's currently suing Coinbase. But he said something that I thought was really, really great to pass along. And as the kids say, it was good game, if you will. He was like, invest in the infrastructure of crypto. And that reminded me of something Benzinga founder Jason Raznick always says. Like he always says, what's the thing behind the thing? You know what I mean? So today we're going to kind of look at some infrastructure plays, some things behind the thing of crypto, and see if we can find good plays there in a bear market. And when it becomes bullish, or while other people are chasing things that are the thing, we'll be nice and happy with the thing behind the thing.
Yeah, here at Benzinga, we love learning about the thing behind the thing.
Yes, indeed. So where I thought I would start with it is to go with two major sectors of crypto. So two of the major sectors would be Metaverse and climate change. And then those are two major sectors because the World Economic Forum are pushing those sectors right now. So in this whole thing, the behind the thing play, we'll have stock plays as well as crypto plays. So let me share my screen. Share. Let's pop out good old Benzinga Pro here. So one thing behind the thing when we're talking Metaverse would be Facebook or Meta. And it's actually at a decent price considering where it was, which was almost close to $400. It's actually almost a third of its price right now at 129. Do I expect this to slip more? I actually do. When the Fed, when Jerome Powell comes and talks on November 2nd, I think the market will go down again. But you could always dollar cost average, buy it now and buy more when it goes down. But Facebook Meta would be one of those. The next thing for the Metaverse would be the Metaverse like imaging software. So there are two big imaging softwares out there. That's Unreal Engine and Unity. So if we come over here and take a look, Unity software has been hammered. Part of that is because everything else has been hammered. And the other part of that is that really Unreal Engine 5 has kind of just really taken over, or people kind of prefer Unreal Engine to Unity. So this one may be one you might want to look at, but people do prefer, it seems, Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5 is Epic Games piece of software. We come over here to Epic Games. Now, as far as I know, Epic Games isn't quote unquote publicly traded, but there are companies that own pieces of Epic Games. And those companies would be Sony. As far as I know, there's two, there may be more. That's Sony, and there's Tencent. Those are both also publicly traded. Tencent is on a penny stocks, which means it's not like guaranteed funds, like something that would be traded on NASDAQ. So let's see, Tencent. It also means if you're going to buy it, you're going to pay commissions. But you can see this is almost as high as $100. It's sitting here as low as $25, which is, another 3x there. If we go look at financials, this company by far makes the most. Let's just look at earnings. It's easier. By far makes the most money in revenue for video games and gaming. Freaking 20 billion a quarter. That's just crazy to think about, right? Now, if we go over to Sony makes about that much too, but they also, you have to put in with Sony that they also do like electronics and stuff like that. So, it's 17 billion, but it's not, totally just video games. And how much of that is the piece that they own of Epic Games? Who knows? But if we look here, again, another great discount. Pretty much all the tech stocks are, getting hammered, but, great discount here. So that lets us know the face of the face of Metaverse. That would be one way to go with it. Now, another way that I was thinking was, okay, one big thing about the Metaverse will be data. And by the way, guys, we're going to go live on my channel after this. So just so you guys know, we'll be going live on my channel, and that's darkhorsewatcher.com. That'll lead you straight to my channel where I've been doing a challenge. I've been doing a video a day. Sometimes it's a live stream. Sometimes it's an actual video. Definitely come over and check out all those. I talk about Arc Block. I talk about Steam Exchange. I talked about Cyperium, DSO, Cadena, Algorand, XDC. So many videos. Reddit's. And another thing that we're going to talk about today is climate change. What's Power Ledger? What's Energy Web Token? What's Devo? So definitely come over to the channel, check that out, and definitely like and subscribe. But we shall go on here. I do a video called 3 Kings of Data Cryptos, and we're going to go over a couple today. So check out the video because I won't go deep into all of them. So one big deal would be to get access to who's going to be providing the data. Because if you guys don't know, data is kind of a new form of currency today. It's really important to grab data because data impacts how you can sell to a person and impacts how you can influence a person. You're going to say something, Aaron?
No. Sorry, I was just typing some on there.
Okay. So data is king. It's like a new form of currency. So seeing as how the metaverse is going to be a thing, accessing, harnessing, and sorting that data is going to be a very, very needed thing in the future. So they can figure out how to better market to us. Even, hey, if they're going to create some artificial intelligence, some robots, some quote unquote, I know this is a big buzzword, NPCs that are going to interact with us, they're going to need the data in order to feed into them so they're really like lifelike. So that's why data is going to be very huge, and it's going to be a very important kind of currency in the future. Excuse me. And there are a couple cryptos that are leading the way with data. One of which is the graph. Not sure if you guys have heard of the graph before, but the graph is they basically provide an API. An API is an application program interface. The easiest way to think about it is, say I'm a programmer and I provide you with some functions to like play music, right? So it's going to be like stop, pause, play, and rewind. So you don't care what happens in those functions as long as it stops, pauses, plays, and rewinds, right? So that's what they're providing, like an API for different cryptos to go access data. Now, if we look at where this price has been, and by the way, you can buy this on Coinbase if you're wondering, also KuCoin. It was as high as $2 and it's sitting here chilling at about 8 cents. That's at least over a 20x or something like that. If it gets back to $2, and if the metaverse gets pushed like we think it's going to get pushed because the World Economic Forum and things like Facebook Meta are behind that, it'll probably be a very valuable crypto to have because it's going to make it easier for people to parse data and to really just get a great, easy handle on data sets. And as you can see here, they're already in Decentraland. They're already in a whole bunch of different cryptos over here. You can see Aave, which is a big one, Synthetics, Uniswap, which is huge. Apparently, I think they're also they help one coin called Filecoin, which is a cloud computing storage crypto, to sort data for Solana's records, their transaction history. Actually, it's not Filecoin, it's Arweave, excuse me. So this one, I think, is going to be very, very valuable. And it's a thing behind a thing because it's the data sorter. It's the one that's going to be responsible for just sorting the data. Now, if we go even kind of further into that, another one would be Chainlink, because it's an oracle that brings data from outside of the blockchain into the blockchain. And conceivably, if they did something to kind of modify the code to make it sure they were like the graph, where you can actually sort the data that they're bringing in, effectively that would make not graph the useless, but it would it would make the graph not really as necessary. I don't know if they're working on that or not, but just the fact that they're bringing the data to most blockchains, and believe me, they got like thousands of cryptos that are using this as an oracle. Sitting here at $7 and seeing it at 50, oh man, it's going to go way past 50 in the next bull run if it's doing that for metaverses, connecting different blockchains. The sky's the limit. But let's just take 50 as an example. So what's 7 times 7 is 49. So at least the 7x there, right? Pretty low supply. It's only 1 billion. And I think the graph, which we just passed, was like a 10 million supply. I think we can back it up and see here. Yeah, a little bit over 10 million. So not too bad. So
let's see. Sorry, just catching up on the chat real quick. What up, Milky Fade, saying he knows zero when it comes to crypto trading. Well, you came to the right place to learn, because Ruell here is an expert. You got any questions, drop them in the chat.
Yeah, drop them in the chat, Milky Fade, if you have any questions. And also, I'll be doing a live stream after this on my channel. It's www.darkhorsewatcher.com. You can ask any questions here or in the live stream afterwards. I'll be talking about the fastest cryptos around. So So let's move on here. We got so we got the graph, right? We got the graph. We did Chainlink, and we did things like Facebook Meta, right? So now let's move on to climate change cryptos. A reason why I'm singling climate change cryptos out. So if we come over here, so right here we see the World Economic Forum. And if you guys aren't familiar with the World Economic Forum, these guys predicted Rona before it happened. They do a lot of controlling of our world. They're really old pockets, really old money. Even Prince Charles, or King Charles now I should say, he spoke at the World Economic Forum. So these guys have, like, needless to say, very, very old money behind them. They have huge money bags behind them. So if they want something to happen, it's likely after time it will happen. So if you look here, two of the big things on their list are Metaverse and climate change. It's also artificial intelligence, which we kind of went over when we were talking about the Metaverse. In order for artificial intelligence to work, you're going to have to correlate a whole bunch of data and put it into the machine for it to really work properly and have it almost machine learn to do that. And things like the graph could be used for that. Okay. So now when we look at climate change cryptos, we got things like Energy Web Token, which BlackRock themselves actually called out. Let's see, Energy Web. Okay. So you can see here, just want to show you guys the article. Energy Web Token jumps 25% after BlackRock gives decarbonization project a shout out. So you can see they shouted it out in a press release. And I can go into like some more deep stuff about these whole climate change cryptos, but I suggest you guys come on over to my channel and check out what is Power Ledger, what is Energy Web Token, what is Dovu, because I don't really have enough time to get deep into it. But needless to say, with climate change being a big thing, the next thing that's going to happen is, okay, then green energy. Then we can look at things that are going to be kind of a green energy type deal, right? So one thing like that would be things like ChargePoint, for instance. ChargePoint is a pure infrastructure play because we'll need this for electric vehicles. And if you guys are up with like on the law, different states like California are saying that they want all electrical vehicles by 2035. So ChargePoint, and what it does is they do electrical charging stations. So that's literally the infrastructure, because you can't have a electrical vehicle without having charging stations to drive it, right? So if we come over here and look at these guys, you'll see that every year their revenue is going up because every year we're getting better and better about building infrastructure for these electrical vehicles. So this would be one that I would personally say, okay, let's grab some of this. And I think they're the leaders in this space as of right now. They were as high as $37. So sitting here at 12, such a bargain. But like I said, I thoroughly expect things to go down because the Fed talks 2 more times, but you can always dollar cost average. So another one would be CleanSpark. They're not only green energy, they're also Bitcoin miners. So if you come over here and look at their synopsis on Benzinga Pro, and by the way, guys, if you guys wanted to try out Benzinga Pro, go over to my videos. I have a discount code for you guys. So if you want to try it out, go over to my videos and check out the discount code. But here we go. CleanSpark offers software and intelligent controls for microgrids and distributed energy resource. So that's one of the things they do. They kind of move that to the backside right now with the Bitcoin mining that they do. Because if we go to the website, can't talk today, y'all. If we go to their website, CleanSpark is America's Bitcoin miner. So you can see they highlight that more than the microgrids at this time. But I still like that they have the microgrids and they're still doing that, because microgrids, if you're unfamiliar with them, is like if you were off the main grid, say you're somewhere random in California or whatever, right? Let's say or Arizona, because there's a whole bunch of foreign places here. So you would get a microgrid because you're off of the grid, and then the microgrid would optimize your power along with like whatever source you use to grab power, like wind turbines or solar panels or whatever. It would charge up a battery, and that battery will be regulated by the microgrid system to only give you the power that you need. And this is a very cool technology because they also apply it to Bitcoin mining. So their Bitcoin mining is very, very efficient, probably more efficient than anyone else who's mining Bitcoin, because they have this technology being applied to Bitcoin mining. So CleanSpark is definitely one of those to watch. And at a price of $3, seeing as how it was almost as high as $44, that's like, I don't know, 3 times 10 is 30. So that's like almost like a 15x, maybe 15x. And seeing as how Bitcoin probably hits, I'm going to say it, not financial advice, but I think Bitcoin hits 100K in the next bull run. And that'll be the next bull run. We know when the next bull run is going to be, because it's going to be the next time that Bitcoin halves, which is 2024, like March or May, in that area. Sometimes it takes a little while, a couple months before Bitcoin stocks and crypto go bullish, but that is the next time it'll be bullish. So we got CleanSpark here. We did ChargePoint. Now the next thing to be looking at would be like green powered vehicles. You could also look at green powered companies like solar companies. But let's just take a look here at Hyliion. They're one of these companies that are doing green powered 18-wheelers. 18-wheelers are really important in this country because that's how a lot of goods get traveled and carried around. So especially if you're talking about what, like I said, the state of California, which says it wants all electrical vehicles by 2035. So if you're going to do an 18-wheeler and you're driving to California, you're going to need a Hyliion or some type of electrical 18-wheeler. So sitting here, these dudes again, 250. We just did, it's like a 15x from here. So there's a couple different vehicle companies in this mode, in this ilk. One of which would be Lion Electric. These guys are based in Canada. They're already doing electrical vehicles like truck class vehicles for people in Canada. So there's not going to be any overstepping on Hyliion's bounds because Hyliion is here in America and these guys are in Canada, just so you know. And we can just see here when it pops up, you can see one of the vehicles here. Are you going to say something here?
No, go ahead.
So you can see here they have, like, I don't think this is total 18-wheeler. It's like close to that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, going back to CleanSpark, I've been watching that one for a while. I was just looking at some of the valuations on CleanSpark. I mean, eventually something like that's going to be interesting. I think I'd rather wait till after the midterm elections when we know, because if the Republicans sweep, I could see a lot of the clean energy stocks taking a little hit.
Yeah, that's true. But didn't Trump, when he was in, he was doing a lot of stuff with clean energy.
That's true.
So I think you're right, though. I think even in the soon term, in a close term, I think these Fed meetings are going to bring the stock market and the crypto market down, because I know he's going to raise rates because he has to. He kind of has to. What do you think about that, Aaron?
About the rates?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're locking in another 75 basis point hike probably the next 2 times, and then maybe after that we'll be able to get some sort of potential pivot.
Okay, another one for you guys to look at would be sun power. So there's a lot of different ones of these around here. This one is high as 55. So such a bargain here at 15. That's like what, a 3 or 4x here. And one of the cool things that Benzinga Pro does is that you can look at peers over here. So if you want to look at some possible green energy peers, these would be some of the ones to look at. What's that one that everyone loved? I can't think of it.
For clean energy.
Yeah, it's like
Enphase.
Enphase. Thank you. Yes, Enphase. Nice, Aaron.
No problem.
So let's see where this guy's been. Oh, it's still climbing. That's crazy. Okay, people love Enphase.
Yeah, Enphase is at its like all-time highs right now. Hold on one sec, Ruell.
Okay.
You keep going. I'm just gonna pop off for 1 second.
Okay. So maybe not Enphase because it's at an all-time high. That's crazy. Let's look at its calendar here and see what its earnings look like. So see, it's in the hundreds of millions, which is crazy to think about because we just got through looking at Tencent and Sony, and these companies are way, like, Sony's making in the teens of billions, and what is it? Tencent's making like 20 billion a quarter. So I don't understand how they do that, but that's how they do it. Let's see if we got any questions out here. Nope. Okay. So keep going. So we got, where are we? Okay. So the next play here would be, okay. So we got a couple of those down. There was one other clean energy one I wanted to go through, but I can't think of it at this time. Okay, so I was interested to see what other people's plays would be as like kind of a thing behind the thing of crypto. But since there's let me go look at some of the other ones I wanted to have you guys look at. Or actually, we can go a little bit deeper into the energy cryptos. One of which was Power Ledger. So the SEC said this was a security, which they really can't do, but I'm not worried about that. I don't think it's going to affect them any. These guys were as high as, waiting for this to load. So these guys were as high as $1.80. So at 20 cents, that's 5 times. So that's like a 9x here. And if we go look at them, you'll see a lot of the things we just mentioned there. You'll see stuff like solar power that they're doing and working on. So these guys, they want to kind of, so Power Ledger develops software solutions for tracking, tracing, and trading of renewable energy. So they're all about renewable energy. If we come down here, we'll see some of those projects. So here in France, they're working on water power, Here they're doing like a solar power generator, the whole solar power colony in India, peer-to-peer energy trading in Thailand, apartment complex here in Montreal. So you can see here that that is something that is happening here. So after Power Ledger, we can move back on over here and look at some more. Well, actually, we'll look at some more kind of metaverse plays. One of which is a coin called Veracity.
I know Veracity. Even I know Veracity.
So these guys do like a proof of view technology, and this technology is basically a technology in which they'll stop bots from being able to view your page. I know this isn't a thing that regular society wants to admit, but kind of Elon Musk pointed this out in the purchasing of his Twitter. He's like, okay, or purchasing of Twitter. He's like, okay, I really want to know how much of the bots before I give you guys whatever you're asking for. How many bots are on Twitter? And some companies have said up to like 70% are bots. I don't know who you believe, but that makes a company like Veracity really necessary because they have this proof of view technology. Some places they call it proof of value because, again, they don't like mainstream doesn't want to acknowledge that they're bots. So it's easier for themselves to say proof of value. So they have this proof of value technology, which basically blocks out all bots. Okay. And it's such a cool technology, and it's such a needed technology that they were able to get a deal in place with a company called Brightcove. If you guys aren't familiar, let me see, Brightcove. Okay, here we go. If you guys aren't familiar with Brightcove, they basically do streaming of third-party stuffs, and they're going to use Veracity as a plugin that people can buy to ensure that when they're being viewed on the streaming platform, that they're not being viewed by a bot. And you can see here they say it proof of view instead of proof of value because they kind of interchange it. But if we go over here and look, we can see that Brightcove is a publicly traded company, and we can see that they specialize in streaming software. So this can be applied not only to streaming software, it can be applied to websites. It can be applied in a few different ways, but any different way where you figure you encounter a bot, like websites, streaming, it can be applied there. And we see Brightcove here. They're also a company that's increasing revenue every year, which is pretty cool. If we go over here and look at their overview, you will get to see that they're a streaming company, provider of cloud-based services for video ecosystem. The firm and its solutions, the firm targets its solutions at media companies, broadcasters, publishers, and corporations. So this will be another kind of thing behind the thing play by having Veracity, because they have already a deal in place with Brightcove. Sure, they'll have deals in place with others, but they also have their own Twitch called Vera Esports. And so this is another kind of thing behind the thing play.
And we, like I said, we love those thing behind the thing plays here at Benzinga because it allows you to get exposure not only to the asset, to the commodity that we're talking about here, crypto and Veracity, but the things that it's going to then benefit from, kind of like the pick and shovel plays. Back in the day, the origin of that term is talking about in the 1800s during the gold rush. You could invest in gold, but you would have made more money investing in the in the companies that were producing the pick and shovels that everyone was buying to go try to find the gold. So finding the kind of tangent plays related to that industry, I love that for the crypto world.
Yeah, another great example of that would be Ray Kroc. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him, but he kind of started the whole McDonald's franchises. And well, he didn't start it. The McDonald's brothers started it. And he kind of, what he did is he invested in the land that the McDonald's sat upon. And he eventually ended up owning the whole franchise because no matter what you do as McDonald's, you got to pay for the land that you're
Right.
sitting on, right?
Yeah, it's a
So
great movie. The founder that they go over that story.
yes, yes, it's one of my sister's favorites,
Wow.
and yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing here, the same way with the graph. Since we know that the metaverse is going to need insane amounts of data, or it's going to generate the same amounts of data, we'll be investing in things like the graph, to things like Chainlink, because they're going to be behind that. Another would be these cloud computing cryptos, which we didn't exactly go over, and we'll go over these, and those will probably be the last one. So one that I mentioned was Filecoin. Filecoin, they have this the system they call the interplanetary file system. So conceivably, it could actually go travel through another planet, possibly, if those are a thing. Um, that's what they say it can do. Let me see, where is it? Say my crazy mouse here. Okay, yeah. So the project was first described back in 2014 as an incentive layer for the interplanetary file system. So it's like a peer-to-peer storage network. So it's like cloud computing storage. This way, so if you do it with like a Dropbox or a Google Drive, it's centralized. But if you do it here with Filecoin, it's decentralized. And then that way, say if someone like bombed Google or bombed some, like God forbid, bombed some centralized place, all the data is gone because it's in a centralized place. But with Filecoin, since they're using a whole bunch of different computers, the data is decentralized. You don't know exactly where it is. Now, Filecoin would be another one of those thing behind the things, because it would be decentralized data for whatever different system. Be it like a metaverse, be it whatever, right? This one, it was as high as $180, sitting here at $5. Man, that's just, see, 5 times 25 is 100. So it's something like a little like a 40x here. I like Filecoin a lot, but I kind of tend to like Arweave a little bit better, because Arweave, which I don't know. Okay, there it goes. I know it was air. I don't know why it didn't pop up there. Arweave guarantees, it's showing pancakes well. Arweave guarantees perma storage, which Filecoin does not do. Um, as a matter of fact, Arweave and the Graph store Solana's transaction history on Arweave. Okay, so you can already see it's getting use along with the Graph. So big history here, and big opportunity here, I believe, with Arweave. Go down here and see. Okay, so where it's been price wise is as high as 80. So that's a possible 7x there. And it's a very low supply with 66 million max supply total. So I think we'll end it here, guys. And then I'm going to have a live on my channel and Rockfin. We're going to be talking some of the fastest cryptos out there. So come on over there if you want to hear about that.
Yep,
And
the link to Ruell's should be in the description. Yeah, guys, everyone go follow or go subscribe to Ruell's channel if you want to learn more about the crypto world. Ruell is one of the best sources out there for it.
thank you, brother.
Of course. Any final words of wisdom, Ruell, before we send everyone over to your channel?
Just come on over and subscribe to the channel, www.darkhorsewatcher.com. And also check me out on Rockfin at Black Crew. Over there, we tend to talk about more ancient knowledge things. And we do connect it a little bit to crypto, but it's more of a free-flowing type of conversation over there because they don't censor as much as YouTube. So check me out on both of those platforms.
Got it. All right, Ruel. Well, everyone that joined us tonight, thank you for joining us. Smash the like if you have not already. We'll be back next Monday on another episode of Ruell Report. Ruel, let's go ahead and send it over to your channel. I'll see you there.
All righty. Peace.
Peace, everyone. Everyone have a great rest of your Monday.
This is